we all gather here, we are quickly approaching the end of yet another year. So as we get ready to close this chapter in the book of time, we must take a sec to reflect and ask ourselves, WTF? What the heck was that shit? And also, what were the most popping offingest trends of the year? So, with that non-rhyme, I'd say it's time to say, hi, I'm Sopa Poo Zavadili, and this is Trend Watch 2025. Trend Watch 2025 with me, Sopa Poo Zavadili. Now, if you're not familiar with what Trend Watch is, it is this show, which I have been doing every year since 2018, except for 2019, where I talk about all the coolest, hippest, most popping offingest trends of the year, which are in fact real and are in fact trendy. And I will admit, for a second here, I was considering not making a trend watch this year because 2025 has admittedly been a bit mean to me. And I didn't know if I should give a bully the sort of platform that comes with being featured on an annual YouTube show with 10 viewers. But I knew that I needed to stay committed to my grind of pumping out one video a year and deliver this trend watch to you all. So with that being said, let's get on with the trends. Trend. For many, 2025 felt low-key, high-key traumatic. And when you're having trauma, nothing feels better than dumping all that trauma onto your friends without respect for their boundaries. But this year, some people found that their friends weren't taking well to all their constant trauma dumping and saying things like, "Shut up, you whiny little bitch, I don't want to hear about your stupid problems anymore. I'm not even your friend. I just work here and I can't do my job because you've been talking at me for the last 30 minutes. And since people could no longer trauma dump on their friends, people needed to find a new way to release their trauma into the world. A new way that combined the two most fun things in life, dumping trauma and polluting the environment. That's right, our first trend is trauma dumping, but in the sense of you write your trauma on trash and then throw it out into the forest. Doing the trend. So I have some trash here and I'm going to write some trauma on it and then I'm going to go throw it out into the forest. And before anyone tries to say that I should be recycling this, we all know recycling is a lie and it's going to end up in a landfill anyway. So at least if I throw it out into the forest, I'm getting out some of my trauma and a rat or something could use this as a house or eat it. So this is better.
Writing my trauma onto trash so I can use it for littering. But it is good littering because it is releasing trauma.
So I wrote some trauma inside this box. You open it up to reveal the trauma. It's artistic because trauma hides beneath the surface. But yeah, so I wrote, my grandpa is dead. That part is true. He was killed by a whale when it fell out of the sky and crushed him, and I had to clean him up off the ground. Now that part is a lie. That is not how he died. But sometimes it feels more cathartic to exaggerate things a bit and not tell the truth. So this is gonna be some great trauma to dump. So I wrote some more trauma on this box. I'm wearing the box because it's a representation of how we all wear our trauma. And it interferes with our way to live life and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool and deep. But yeah, on this one I wrote, as a child I had a stalker. It was very scary and traumatic. He followed me around and told me to do my homework and stuff. He was my dad. So that's really something off my chest right now. And then somewhere else on here, I don't know where. Somewhere I wrote, I feel sad sometimes. Now armed with my trauma, I journeyed outside, ready to disrupt the serenity of nature by both complaining about my problems and dumping trash. These very real issues in my life were about to have no more power over me. So I stood in the forest and let out a mighty howl as I prepared for the ultimate dump. And now I was free of my very real made-up trauma, which I had created to both get attention and avoid dealing with any of my real problems. Nothing had actually changed, except for the fact that I had now done littering. But I felt lighter nonetheless. So I ran off into the sunset, finally ready to film the rest of Trend Watch 2025. Next trend. In 2025, AI became more of a thing than ever. And in a world filled with deepfakes and other bad stuff, the people realized that they needed to do something to protect themselves against the intelligence artificial. And there's no better way to protect yourself against AI than with our next trend. Talking in a bunch of weird and inconsistent accents so that AI gets confused and can't steal your identity. Back in the medieval ages, like the 1980s, before phones and the internet were a thing, it was totally safe to just go out into the world and be yourself and have normal conversations with strangers, like this one.
Oh, I didn't see you there, fellow human person. I was doing nothing weird. Since we are both human beings, member of the species Homo sapien, would you like to do conversation?
Oh yeah, sure bro. You're like a little fucking weird, but I'm lonely enough that I'm down to deal with that.
But we don't live in that world anymore. And with AI running rampant, you need to be more careful than ever, because just one wrong interaction with a stranger could result in a situation like this one. Oh look! My granddaughter sent me a message! I hope she's doing well!
Hello, Grandma. This is your granddaughter. I have been kidnapped, and you must send over all of your life-saving that murder me. And they will keep sending you voice memos of me screaming in agony in the process of murder.
Oh my goodness! That sounded exactly like my granddaughter. She must be in trouble, so I'm gonna do that. I'll send all my life savings. And we all know you don't want to lose your inheritance to some AI scammer. Which is why all the hip, cool young people are doing the hip, cool new thing. Talking in a bunch of weird and inconsistent accents so that AI gets confused and can't steal your identity. Let's take a look at this in action now. Say you're at a job interview. You have no way of knowing if they're actually hiring or just mining data for AI. So it's best to be safe. So tell me, why are you interested in this job? Well, that's a great question. And I think that ultimately what it comes down to is that I want to do something that positively impacts the world. Because, ever since I was a little girl, I've always just wanted to do something that could help other people. And I think that that's what you're doing over here. So I would love to work for you all. Okay. You may not get the job, but at least you can rest easy knowing that your likeness won't be stolen by AI. And if you're gonna be safe, it's important to be safe in all the place. So you can also do this in the club.
Hey, I saw you there from across the room.
And I just thought that you looked pretty cool.
So, should I dance with you? And maybe we could walk
hang out more later and he could like give you me number. If you think that sounds cool. I brush my teeth every day.
Wow, you're protecting yourself against AI too? Well, that's pretty cool. You can hang with me.
Don't let AI rain on your parade. Protect yourself against deepfakes today. Hi, Grandma.
Next trend. 2025, the people decided that you're only living life right if you have your beady little eyes glued to a screen every waking moment of the day. And that if for some reason you don't want to be on your phone all the time, you're some kind of disgusting nonconformist who deserves to be rejected from society. And there's no better way to prove to the world that you're committed to the grind of having excessive screen time than by having red, beady, disgusting, dry eyes. So that brings us on to our next trend, dry eye maxing.
So I just wanted to show you guys some of the things I do in my own life to dry eye max. Because maybe I don't actually stare at a screen every waking moment of the day. And maybe I'm a little bit weird for that. But the great thing about dry eye maxing is there's so many other ways you can get dry eye besides just gluing your little eyes to a screen. So these are the things that I do to keep my eyes dry and crusty so that the world keeps thinking that I'm normal.
So when you're trying to make your eyes dry, one of the most important things you want to do is limit the amount of blinking that you do. And when you don't have some interesting technological thing to stare at, this can be pretty hard, which is why I personally like to do the taping method. So I just take some Scotch tape and I attach it to the lid and just kind of tape the eye open. And you also want to get the bottom eye, because now if you try to blink, it's just gonna be pain. Gotta train those eyes. Negative reinforcement. So, now that my eyes are all taped up, it's time to go do the next step in my dry eye maxing routine. You see, when you tape open your eyes, your tear ducts are gonna try and compensate by making extra tears. But we're gonna counteract this and make them dry by staring at the fan. You can't cry if all your tears get blown away first.
Do this for 5 to 10 more minutes.
And now it's time to go stare directly at the bright light. This has the great effect of frying your eyes, which makes them nice and dry.
Stare at the light for as long as you can without causing permanent damage. Everyone's body is different, so how long you can stare might not be the same as somebody else. So please, use your own discretion.
I think that another great thing about dry eye maxing is that right now we are in an era where people think that emotional vulnerability is cool. But ultimately that is going to go out of style soon. And there is no better way to not be emotionally vulnerable and to not cry than by not have eyes. By have eyes that can't physically produce the tears. So ultimately dry eye, more trendy. So this was just a brief dry eye maxing session, but I would say that in this time my eyes have become at least 20 to 50% more disgusting. And I think that the average person who looks at me now will think that I have been up all night staring at a screen. So I'd say this is a great success. Now I can stave off the accusations that I am a nonconformist that doesn't stare at my phone all day for yet another day. I'm so happy to be normal and fit in.
Trend.
In 2025,
Self-diagnosing yourself with stuff was all the rage. The people were swiping on TikTok and typing into WebMD to figure out which diseases best matched their vibe. And with the rising rise of self-diagnosis, some people thought, wow, I could make money off of that. So that brings us on to our next trend. Influencers playing off of people's medical anxiety and convincing them they have diseases that they don't have so that they can sell them products and make money. I will now be showing you an example of this phenomenon in action. If you're seeing this video, it's because the algorithm knows that you have dementia. And you may be thinking, no, that doesn't make any sense. I don't have dementia. I don't have any of the symptoms. But that's where you're wrong. You have dementia. Let's watch my TikTok. Your diet is shit. You're ugly as fuck. Your mom doesn't love you. Did you know that all of these are signs that you have dementia? That's right, you have dementia. And the sad thing is there's nothing you can do about it. JK, you can buy my supplement. My supplement on TikTok Shop. It's on TikTok Shop right now. It's for sale on TikTok Shop. So buy it. Buy it.
Buy it! Buy it now! The algorithm knows.
Ever since I self-diagnosed myself with dementia 10 years ago at the tender age of 15, I have been working to develop the perfect supplement to treat dementia. Supplement, which is available on TikTok Shop for you to purchase. You can buy it. You can buy it on TikTok Shop. Buy it on TikTok Shop. Buy it now on TikTok Shop.
The algorithm knows.
People ask me questions like, what's in the supplement? Is it scientifically tested? And the answers to those questions are, that's top secret, and no. But basically what it comes down to is I go to the sewers and I wrangle some rats. I cut off their testicles and I pump them full of mercury. I drive them down into an easy to swallow pill. You take the pill. The testicle travels up to your brain. It releases the mercury. The mercury fights the dementia that you have, and you need this supplement to treat. The rat testicle supplement.
Rat testicles on TikTok Shop. TikTok.com/shop.
I took the supplement. Where am I? Our product only uses the biggest rat testicles, so you know that you're getting the most bang for your buck. Buck that you give me on TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop. Rat testicles for sale on TikTok Shop. Buy my product.
The biggest rat testicles.
Hey guys! Do you know who I am? I'm a little bit confused about that.
So maybe buy my supplement on TikTok Shop? Trend. In 2025, the government thought it was totally hip and cool to tell people what they can and can't do with their bodies. And with tons of people in Congress who don't know nothing about medicine writing up laws about what medical procedures you're allowed to get, a certain group thought, maybe we could use this movement as a way to get more rights for ourselves. Might as well try. And that group was parasites. So that brings us on to our next trend. Getting rights for parasites. I go most of my life unseen, unnoticed. You can't even see me right now. But I am a tapeworm
living within this bear's intestines. Right now, I am absolutely annihilating his digestive tract. I have taken over, and I am leaching all his nutrients. Look at him. He is frail and anemic. And that makes some people think that I don't deserve rights, that I should be flushed out. But that's where I think they're wrong. I have hobbies and interests, and you'd never know this about me at first glance. But I am an extremely talented singer-songwriter. I spend my days within bears' intestines, writing lyrics that will tear your soul out. And since music is our universal language, there's no better way to show you all that I deserve rights than through my song. So listen to it now and watch as your opinion of parasites changes forever.
Parasites need rights.
So we'll put up a fight.
'Cause when you try to destroy us,
Or flush us down the toilet. Sure, that could make us feel strife.
But instead it makes us wanna fight.
Fight for our rights to live.
As parasites, parasites need rights. So we'll put up a fight.
'Cause we are here too,
And we wanna be inside you.
nibbling on your thigh or squiggling through your intestines.
We are parasites, and we're here to fight for our rights. Parasites need rights, so we'll put up a fight.
'Cause what's the point of life without
Parasites.
And now we rap. Parasites, it's me, I'm Tick. Everybody always tells me I give them the ick. But just because I spread rhyme, that doesn't mean I can't drop some awesome lines. People always think I'm gross, because I'm a host of disease. And I guess that's fair. But you know what's really gross is murder. So next time think twice before you flush me down the toilet. Parasites. And that's a wrap.
So if you guys could just ban dewormer too, that would be great. I mean, it makes sense with all the other stuff you're doing, so might as well. Sponsored by RFK's Brainworm. Now it's time for the last trend. In 2025, renewable energy was a hot topic. Many people were ready to ditch the coal to go solar and wind and stuff. But some people weren't ready to let go of the age-old tradition of using dead things as fuel. So some great minds got to thinking and thought, what if we could have both? We could combine the joy of renewable energy with the joy of using dead things as fuel. And they came up with the wonderful idea, which is totally real and totally works, of summoning dead electrophysicists to use them to create renewable energy somehow. So that's our next trend. Summoning dead electrophysicists and making them do renewable energy. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Ugh, the power is out and all my devices are dead. I guess life doesn't have any meaning anymore. Oh wait, I forgot. There's a totally simple solution to this problem. I'll summon the spirit of Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla, I summon thee. Will you help me with the electricity? Ooh. Hello, it is me, Nikola Tesla. Oh wow, you actually showed up. Yes, I will always show up for somebody who is in need of electricity. Okay, cool. Well, basically, I was just wondering if you could, charge my iPad for me? Oh, yes, I can, charge your iPad using my ghost powers and stuff. But you see, this wouldn't even be a problem right now if they had listened to me and not Edison. We would have wireless energy. Wireless energy. Okay, cool. But instead they listen to Edison.
Edison. Awesome. So you have all these stupid wires everywhere that created the AC circuit. The AC circuit. It's wireless energy. Edison. But what about Nikola? No, I do not really like that this guy Elon Musk took my name. I'm not very cool with that. I think he's kind of weird and I don't appreciate it. You know, the Tesla coil, it was very cool thing. Really cool. Probably the coolest thing. Besides the AC circuit. Just think, we could have free energy right now. That's so interesting. You wouldn't have to be paying for your energy. I was a once-in-a-generation mind. And what did they do? They listened to Edison. The AC circuit. Wireless. Edison. You know what's all the things about just think, we could have free energy. You wouldn't have to be paying. You wouldn't have to be paying for free energy.
Oh, look, the lights just came back on by themselves, so I don't actually need you anymore.
Oh, but you know, I could still help you out. You just give me a few minutes and some materials. I could make it so you never have to pay for electricity in this house ever again.
No, that's okay. I really wasn't interested in any of that stuff. I just wanted you to charge my iPad, but now I can just plug it into the wall. So you can go.
Oh, okay. Just another person who wants me to charge their iPad. Nikola Tesla. Very smart man charging iPads.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. This always happens to me. All these people always say that they want to use dead electrophysicists for renewable energy, but all they want is to charge their stupid iPads.
And that was the last trend, so it's time for the outro.
And that's all the trends I've got for you today. So, with that being said, I suppose we've come to the end of another great trend watch. We talked the trends, we saw what was hip, and saw that also these trends were all real. But also maybe the real trends were the friends we made along the way. But yeah. Thank you for watching Trend Watch 2025. I hope you always hold this video in your heart, and I hope that you have a cool and prosperous 2026. But yeah, with that being said, I'm Super Poo Poo Zavadilly. This has been Trend Watch 2025, and I'm signing out.
Kitty, wanna get up on the table? Okay, let's get the table up. Let's get up the table. You can jump.